All right, we're live. Let's wait for a few people to get on here, Breck, before we start telling stories. I want to make sure we get a good connection here. Another thing that's weird is I restarted my phone, and when it restarted, it was not connected to the Wi-Fi anymore. Like I had to return that thing back on.
I think I heard his computer beep too, so I think you're broadcasting on.
What's going on? So we've already had all kinds of weird activity. We've been here for like 10 minutes. For one thing, we
And I've been here 17 years.
yeah. Hi.
Welcome to my world, boy.
So I tried to go live a little bit ago, and the moment we went live, we were live for like 10 seconds, and my phone froze on an image of Breck, and it wouldn't go off. So then I shut down the program, turned it back on, and we were live, but nobody could see anything. David was trying to find it online. It wasn't live. And then my phone would not exit out of the program. And then my phone wouldn't shut down. So I restarted my phone, went to the bathroom, and I hear all these guys screaming out here. I come out here and they're saying that the dogs started freaking out downstairs, and the guys were up here watching it on cameras, since David's got his cameras all.
Stop it. So I can't find you live.
David's got his cameras that are all hooked up around the house, all wired to the, here, I'll show you some of them. There's one right here. He always has this camera rolling. He always has that camera rolling. He always has that camera rolling. So he's got cameras all over the house, and he heard some weird noises, and it was the dogs were sensing something and started freaking out. So we're in here doing ghost investigations tonight. David said he's been experiencing quite a bit lately. Are you a Ridgeback?
That's the Rhodesian Ridgeback.
You are, aren't you?
That's Fiona. That's Bradley.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, we're doing a live stream tonight. David invited us back to do a little bit of ghost investigations. And if you're just now joining, I was telling everybody we have been here for like less than 10 minutes and already have had some kind of interesting things happening. When I tried to go live at first, the screen was live for about 10 seconds and then just froze on Breck, but the numbers on the count were still counting, but nothing would change. So I shut down my phone, or I shut down the program, and turned it back on, tried to go live again. It again said I was live. Nobody could see me or anything. And then I couldn't shut the program off. I had to literally shut the whole phone down. So then I went to the bathroom while we restarted the phone, and the dogs were downstairs, and they started going crazy. They started making a bunch of noise. So we're gonna see what happens.
Any questions from the audience, by the way?
Yeah. By all means, if you have anything to ask David. Yeah. You were telling us you were hearing things the other day. Do you want to talk about what that was?
Yeah, it was about 9:30 at night on Thursday evening last week, and I was in my office and I was hearing the commotion upstairs, sound of footsteps and voices and stuff, and just commotion. I figured the dogs and the cats were running around, so I got up and I walked into my bedroom. I looked as I walked down the hall. 3 of the cats were on the bed, and both of the dogs were sleeping.
The aquarium just shut off on its own.
That says the time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I will not give you.
Well, because it's my watch is saying 7:38, and that's an odd time for something to be going off. So okay.
So what happened was, I walked by and I said, "What the hell is this?" I said, "The cats are asleep on the bed, and the dogs are asleep on the bed." And I was like, "What the hell?" So I walked upstairs. I looked, and nothing moved, nothing disturbed. I'm like, and I watched the video cameras and reviewed the footage, and there was nothing going on up here. It was quiet, except for sounds of commotion, with nothing going on, nothing moving.
Yeah. Well, Breck, you said you heard stuff too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it all started when he kept saying he was hearing like voices.
Right.
So I kept walking around, I heard the fish pond going off, and there's something buzzing in the kitchen, but that's all I heard. And then at one point when you went away for a minute, he said he heard it again, and I thought I heard something. too. So I started kind of walking around him, trying to, figure out, this is something close to him that's making noise. So I was like standing here, and while I did that, he turned on one of the cameras downstairs because he wanted to show me, yeah, the dogs are downstairs. They're not even up here.
Yeah.
And so we found them. They were all in the bed downstairs. And he said, yeah, they're all downstairs. And then he turned the mic on. The dogs were like whining and stuff like that. And we didn't think that's what we were hearing. So we've already had our first false alarm of the night.
The animals are very sensitive to that stuff, I'm sure.
Oh, very. They are very sensitive to the activity here. All right. I'm just sending this off to people on Facebook so they can watch this.
We have almost 200 people watching right now.
Hey, by the way, a little shout out to my own channel.
Yeah, do you want to promote your channel?
If you guys want to check out my own video shot here, I apologize. There's not a lot of lead-in into the videos, just the actual raw videos with the evidence. Go to youtube.com/David Oman, O-M-A-N, and you'll see the videos that have been shot here over the past 12 years. And there's some wild videos on there.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'll share some, like I said, we'll go into the den and we'll watch some on the big screen. I'll review some, and like I said, the best thing about it is we're going to have the audio playing through the sound system. So the sounds you're going to hear will be amplified only by the sound system itself. But you'll hear the EVPs without a Frank's box or a Spirit box or an Anchor box. It's just like you and I talking, the three of us talking, and all of a sudden I'll hear someone say, wait, did you hear that? And we'll review the footage, and you'll hear somebody else chattering over our conversation, and that's how the spirits are recorded here at the house. I don't like any secondary intermediary devices to play with when it comes to the paranormal, because it's just, they can be programmed. And if a spirit gets captured talking when we're not expecting to talk, it's even better, because it's not like we're asking that, we're not like, we're having a seance, can you communicate with us, please do so.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please. It's like more, how should I say, abstract and off the cuff. It's crazy, because I've got the spirits talking when James Oster was here a few years ago doing a video for the Poltergeist DVD Blu-ray release, and he's being interviewed, because I've been at Dave's house many times, and strange things have happened here. And right as if on cue, you hear this little girl's voice in the background say, here's one. And it's like, what the fuck? Who's the little girl? We didn't have anybody under the age of 20 years old here the night that they did this event. And at the time he shot the interview, it was after we was gone. So it was me, James, his videographer, and his cameraman, and that was it. 4 guys over the age of 30 years old, and none of us sound like a little girl. And this little girl's voice, and you'll hear it, you go, holy fuck. It's like, yeah.
Wow.
And there's also an obnoxious one from last year when I was doing an investigation. Reggie, shut up. Reggie, pipe down. Reggie, pipe down, you little.
Maybe the ghosts are bugging him.
No, he just wants his attention. That's all. He's jealous.
He's a dog. Yeah.
So I'm doing a karaoke session right before the people are getting here to loosen up, and I'm reviewing the footage, and there's this spirit's voice that says, fucking pricks. And I'm reviewing it going, okay, so who are the effing pricks referring to? I'm alone, I'd be a fucking prick. Reggie, cut the crap.
It's okay, I like it.
Put the camera on him. I know what he'll die for this. Is this what you want?
You want a pretzel?
He wants a treat. Look, you should get the camera on this guy's expression of his face. Come here, turn around. Turn around, right. Stay. Yeah, that's right. You want to see a crazy dog? I'll show you a crazy dog trick. Watch this. Fee, come up here. Come on, all the way up. Come on. Get up here. Come on, Fee. Come on. Get up. Get up here, Fee. Come on, sit down. Good girl. Who's a baby? Who's a baby? She's the craziest dog. She curls up like a ball on that ribbon chair over there. She leaps over the couch and then starts to walk on the catwalk like it's a catwalk across the back. But Reggie, here, you just be good for yourself. Here, without a treat, I can do this with Fee. Watch Fee. Fee, come here. Show the people what you got. Fee. Fee. Come on. Come on, catwalk. Come on, Fee. Fee. Come on, drop it. Watch yourself, crazy dog. Good girl. When you have treats, it's even more impressive. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll do anything for a Scooby snack, Dad. Like, yeah, right? Can I have a Scooby snack? Beep, come on. All right, fine, have a treat. She's gonna sit there and go, make you take. Any problems? All right, Beep, come on down.
Now you're saying the figures up here were jumping again, the Beetlejuice and some of those things. You've been having activity with them too?
The figurines have been getting knocked over a lot over the past couple of days, and they're usually dumped. Usually they're quite static, to be honest with you. And here's to give you an idea of what we're talking about with force. All right, so that one's about to knock over from that amount of force, but there you go. Yeah, they rock a little bit, but other than that, you're not seeing them knock over, so it takes generally a lot more force than what I'm doing there, and that's pretty solid, what I'm doing. Now, remember, when they get knocked over on their own, there's nothing exerting any pressure and force on this. It's just happening on their own. And here's one of the cameras that we have on these figurines alone. We have another camera here covering this angle of the room.
Just out of curiosity, why do you think this is such a hot spot? You said this happens a lot, and I noticed right here you have 3 cameras like pointed on this. So
right. Well, we have one camera dedicated to the figurines, one here to cover this part of the room to show that if there's something does occur, to validate the fact that there's no one manually
showing every angle.
You can make sure you got from there, so if it comes down, it's like something really flew. I got coverage on all 3 different sides of it to show what's going on here. And that's because 5 years ago, on the anniversary of the murders, this figurine literally launched itself about 8 feet to about right here, where it was just myself and my artist friend Joey Moss, who created the Ouija board, the Sharon Tate portrait, and the Jim Morrison portrait downstairs. He and I were here after this event, and I'm standing right there, kitty corner to him, and at 12:20 in the morning, on the 9th of August, that figurine came flying and landed right here, and the head flew off, and my friend Joey was like, dude.
You said the exact date?
It was the 45th anniversary of the murders.
Wow.
And he said, dude, it flew, I saw it flew right at me. And I was standing right here. And I'm like, Joey, I turned my head to look right as it started, when the motion started going and it was flying. I just caught it in midair and it landed right here. So I said, I know, Joey, I saw it. It was pretty strange. And I was like,
weird.
Strange shit. And as I was telling you earlier, one of the more interesting events that's occurred here is the faucets have been turned on by themselves. 3 different times over the past decade in 3 different bathrooms in the house to 3 different people. And I being the person who had it happen the second time about 5-6 years ago. And it was the strangest thing. I mean, first time it happened in this bathroom here. My friend was going to the bathroom. He describes, I'm going to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I hear the water running from behind me. Right.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
He turns, he goes, what? He goes, the water's running. He goes, what the f? He goes, holy shit. He goes, oh God, get me the hell out of here. Runs out of the bathroom and tells me. I said, he goes, the water turned on by itself. I said, he goes, I'm going to the bathroom, taking a leak, and all of a sudden, I hear the sound of water running behind me. And I turn around to look over my shoulder, and the faucets are both on.
Weird.
And I ran out of there. I said, really? He goes, oh yeah. So I came back and I turned the faucets off, and I said, thanks, spirits. I said, that's a cool joke. Nice guy. I said, you know, California's going through a drought. You really should not do that type of parlor trick. About 5 years ago, it's about 11:30 at night. I'm in the master bathroom. I looked at my shoes. They were kind of scuffed and had some mud on them. So I go to sit on the edge of the bathtub, and I've taken a rag from the sink and I've watered it, soaked it down with water, and I turned off the faucet, and I sit down and I proceed to start cleaning off the dirt off my shoes. All of a sudden, I'm looking down. I hear the sound of water running. So I look up and I see the hot and cold water are both turned on. And I'm like, oh shit. I said, I said, what, it took you 4 or 5 years to decide you're gonna do it for me? I said, no, you did it for Adam upstairs in the top floor about 5 years ago. I said, I really appreciate it. I said, that is so cool.
So it's
I said,
different bathrooms. It's not even the same one. Like,
the same bathroom. And I'm like, and it's a different, his was around 4 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and mine was 11:30 at night. And I'm like, that is so cool. And I was like all excited. And I said, I said, on a serious note, I said, I appreciate it. I said, I don't mean to be spurning you on. I said, I just want you to know, California's going through a hellacious drought right now. I said, we really can't afford the gosh darn water gas. I said, I really tell you, I appreciate it. I think it's the bomb. But seriously, guys, I said, you can't do this. I said,
So you had to lecture the ghosts, huh?
Then 2 years later, I'm having my friend and his wife over, and a bunch of people were here. And we're in the 3rd level, as you remember, the guest bedroom. And she goes into the bedroom, in the bathroom, and I come down, go upstairs, and I'm in the bathroom up here, and I come out and I go downstairs and said, Saran, where's your wife? And I thought about Saran Gallagher of Gallagher's bar down in Long Beach.
Okay.
So Saran's wife is, I said, where's your wife, Saran? I don't see her anywhere. He goes, oh, she had a problem. I said, what problem? Well, she was used the facility, the bathroom in the 3rd level. I said, yeah, the bedroom. She goes, yeah. I said, what happened? He goes, well, she was cleaning up, and all of a sudden she turns, and all of a sudden the faucets both turn on, hot and cold, on their own. I said, what happened? She goes, she freaked out. She swears she will never, she ran out of the house and spent the next 2 hours during the dinner party in the backseat of the car texting and playing on the phone. She would not come in the house. And to this day, she is not able, she refuses to come back after that incident.
Wow.
And I explained, I said, look, the water turned on for me, the water turned on for my friend Adam. What's the big deal? It's nothing that demonic or dangerous. It's about, what I like to say, perception. It's how do you react and respond to the incident.
Hey, maybe the ghosts have a sense of humor. They're saying, hey, you don't wash your hands, and I know it, so I'm going to turn the water on for you,
Something like that. I mean, I don't
busted.
take it personally. It's like something water. Okay, as I responded, it was like, that's cool, I appreciate it, but, we have water drought, blah, blah. But the reaction is 99% of the human.
Yeah, harmless.
How you respond and react, like, oh my God, it's a ghost, it's here to hurt me. It's like, the spirit, the other side, you see the spirit saying, hi, it's Grandpa. I know I look different, I look like I did when I was 25, but it's Grandpa, you're old Grandpa. I said, I'm a ghost, but it's like, oh my God, he's trying to kill me. Oh my God, it's a ghost. It's like, where do these people create this stigma is what it's really about, and the fear that people have, the predisposition of what they're experiencing. And it's not real, it's not a rational explanation, a rational response to the incident that I like to say is so they knocked the figurines over, so they threw the figurines. It didn't hit him in the eye and pop his eye out and go, oh my God, that figurine hit me in the eye, I lost my eye. No, it's the over-dramatization of what didn't take place that occurs in the person's brain is what we're talking about. The response to the situation is. It's how you deal with it. Well, that happened. I've had so many things happen to me in this house that I'm kind of like, not jaded, but I'm kind of like, all right.
Like there's nothing they can do that'll really make you go like, wow.
You might rattle me for a second. I've had stuff that's rattled me. Don't think that I'm Joe Fearless.
You're frighteners. You ever seen frighteners? You're like frighteners. You're just like the things happen around. You're like, hey, knock it off.
Exactly. That's I feel like Michael J. Fox, who I met years ago. But my point is it's like I've had these figurines get knocked over so many times. I'm like, okay, why don't you make them do a dance? Why don't you raise them up from being on the downward position? If you raise them from being down, that'll be a visual I can do.
David, some people here are saying that they want to know if it's a coincidence that you look so much like Roman Polanski.
I don't look anything like Roman Polanski.
They're saying you do. The other question is people want to know what Breck's thinking right now.
I'm still waiting to see the Beetlejuice fall over here.
Spirits, give him a show for God's sake.
Yeah.
They're here to see you. Come on. Jeez.
You said you got videos on this.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I'd like to see some of that.
This one's acting a little strange. He was just standing
I would
there.
say he has been pacing a lot more.
Yeah, and he's not as needy as he was when you got here. Now he's acting like there's something he doesn't quite understand. That's my strategy.
I think he's just like Jaw, he just doesn't stand,
Right.
can't stand not being the center of attention.
That's,
Giving me misses, yeah.
he gets jealous when she gets attention. she doesn't get that jealous. She's like, I can do it, right?
Oh, somebody wants to know if the spirits ever fight with one another. If you can tell.
I have yet to see anything like that happen.
Like you've never seen any of the boxing gloves come out of the case and just start swinging around on their own or anything like that.
Like Frazier versus Ali.
Yeah.
And we get to see now that they're all passed away. I mean, Foreman's still alive.
Tyson's alive. He's growing weed now. Yeah.
Holmes alive.
Larry Holmes is alive.
So you basically got Frazier. You got Ken Norton Jr. Ken Norton Sr.
I have a question for you.
You got Floyd Patterson. And you got Muhammad Ali. That'd be great.
David, do you think I kind of feel this way?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's some sort of spirit energy that comes from like autograph things where someone has kind of signed their name? Because I think about the Crucible and how that was like the big thing in the Crucible is like you can't take away the name because the name is all you have, and then yet people are signing their name in their handwriting. Do you think that brings any spirits into the house?
I think that's walking down a path of Zach Bagans' wishful thinking. Shit, if that was the case, that boy would have so many autographs of every dead celebrity in his possession saying it's possessed, The paper ruffles up and comes down. I mean, the fact that he's got Manson's stolen dentures.
I know he has Kevorkian's van, doesn't he?
It's like Kevorkian's van. I mean,
Sharon Tate's wedding dress. Yeah, I'm gonna go there pretty soon.
go to an antique store for free, and you get to physically touch objects that are possessions of people that are no longer alive, which is all that Zach has got there. He's got famous people's possessions. Wow, that means they're possessed and they're...
Somebody wants to know who the ashes belong to.
The what?
Is that an urn back there?
Oh no, that's actually that's not an urn. That's just a large. It's a piece of Italian hand-blown glass from a very famous art manufacturer in Italy, in Florence, I do believe. No, it's in Venice, as a matter of fact. I forgot the name of the company, but no, it's not. It's not an urn. Sorry, I don't hold on to people's ashes. Even my pets that are all buried on the side of the hill are buried intact, so to speak. So no, I don't have anyone's ashes.
Okay.
Sorry to burst the bubble there, kids.
Well, I mean, I have to ask because we both know Scott Michaels, and Scott Michaels has different people's ashes, so it's a fair question.
A couple different people's ashes.
Yeah, I mean, and more all the time. Every time I see him, I feel like he's got more ashes.
No, I'm not. I'm a death hag in a different sense.
Somebody wants to know if any people died in this house. Do you know? No. You and your dad built the house, though.
Yeah, there was nothing here. I bought the property with my dad 20 years ago.
Was there ever a house on it before, or was it just empty land?
Empty land. There was never anything here before. And no, the house was not built on ceremonial Native American burial grounds either. And by the way, the reason why my hair is so long, and I mean it's god awful long. I mean I admit it by my own admission, this is long. Every time I got my hair cut, I was always like, days, let's wait till it grows out, till it's where I want it to be. And then my hairstylist, my friend who's run out of town, he cuts my hair, and I said, son, let's just let it go. And it just, yes, sweetheart, it just became a badge of merit. The fact that it's the 50th anniversary of the Sharon Tate murders, I joked to people saying, yeah, I said I'm gonna let it grow out so I can get myself a part in some television.
Well, you can play Neil. You play Neil Diamond.
Oh, frick! Thanks.
Hey, chicks dig him.
Love on the rocks.
Oh, somebody wanted to know if there's a time of the day that the spirits are at more active, night, day.
No, there's a lot of myths about the paranormal. Like 3 o'clock is the witching hour; that goes more active. I was on somebody else's video and I got ripped.
I'll ask him, Angela.
And it was like, I said, "Do you think ghosts wear watches?" I said, "No, ghosts don't wear watches. They don't give a flying what time it is." And the statement goes, "Don't wear watches," went viral. And my point is like, what do you think? Ghosts like wearing sunglasses saying, "Dude, it's too gosh darn bright outside. I can't deal, dude. I just."
So somebody wants to know: do any of the other houses on this street feel anything? You were saying, does James say he feels things at his place?
James has said he feels things in his place.
James is Usher's brother that lives next door.
Yeah.
And then somebody wanted to know, how did you acquire your John Lennon autograph? Do you want to tell that story about that art piece that you were telling us right before we went live? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, by all means. I went to a place in the valley on Ventura Boulevard that's a sports collectibles. and I went there to pick up a UCLA basketball signed by the team from 1974. And in so doing, I said, "Do you have any stuff with?"
Wait, was Kareem on there? Was that Lou Alcindor?
No, Lou Alcindor was 69. I do have a 69.
Oh, okay.
See, he was there 67, 68, and 69. I do have a 68 ball and a 69 ball signed by Lou Alcindor.
Wow.
With the team.
Right.
And I said, "Do you have anything with Jim Morrison and the Doors?" Because he was trying to sell me stuff. And he says, "No, I don't have anything with the Doors." It's like, "God damn." He goes, "But I do have something else in the air." I said, "What?" He goes, "I have this John Lennon piece." I said, show me. You got my curiosity piqued. So he says, "It's a mechanical." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Well, it's a multi-layered cellophane first generation original used for this book." So he shows it to me and I said, "Oh my God, I know that piece. And I have that book." I said, "Oh crap." I said, "Look," I said, "I gotta buy it." So I ended up buying from him and I went out and it came with the mechanical and the middle piece, which is the grafting of how it's actually printed on there.
Do you want to show them?
Yeah,
We can
come on.
point it out and show them in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Follow these
It doesn't make
dudes.
sense not to, really.
Oh, somebody wants to know if you've ever been on the actual property of where the Tate House is. Do you know the people that own it, or have you been on
I've
there?
been on the property since I was there a couple of years ago with the new owner, with the new house on there. And in 1978 and 79 in high school, we used to go up to look at the Tate House.
Right.
But as far as you could get would be where the chain link fence was that led right in front of the actual entryway of the driveway.
Okay.
So no, I never.
Did you ever
actually-
talk to Trent Reznor when he was living there?
No, that was 1992. He lived there.
Okay.
For 1 year, he was renting the house out, and he has a recording studio there called The Pig.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he took the front door that
Right.
was infamous because that's where they wrote in blood pigs on the front door. And
That's
he
crazy.
took it with him down to Louisiana, to New Orleans. So as I said, so I basically sold me on this, and I said, "All right, fine, I'll buy it." And I found online a John Lennon book, and it had this inscription in it. And I said, "I gotta buy it." To whoever you are, from John Lennon. I said, "That was great." So I bought that and basically put together. And this is the book, The Beatles Illustrated Lyrics by Alan Aldridge. And Alan was the artist who painted this piece, and that's the actual piece in the book. It's amazing. By the way, I want to make sure of one thing before we go too far. I just want to make sure I posted this on Facebook.
We have 293 people watching right now.
Hello, everyone out there who used to call it TV land.
Did you find any weird feelings when you were on the property?
It was a very interesting experience to be down there at the time. I didn't actually get to share this out onto Facebook yet. Post to Facebook now. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. My friends on Facebook go, "What do you mean you're on this?" It's like, oh. So, yeah, well, if you want, we can take a walk down there.
Yeah, I think we. Oh, yeah, I think
Yeah, you
we.
wanna
I
take
think
a
we
walk
should
down
roam
there?
the house a little bit too, see
Oh,
if
yeah,
we
no,
feel
we'll
anything.
go
And
to the house, yes, absolutely. But I'm thinking that I think if you want to see it for yourself or to experience it for yourself, we take a walk down the end of the driveway.
yeah, let's go.
You-
Let's go
and
walk
you
down
both
to where
feel it.
the Tate murder scene was. Let's do it. Let's do it live.
It's freezing the hell out here. It's like 50 degrees. All right, here we go. Dog, stay here.
Back to that.
Kick back on.
The last.
Well, there we go.
By the way, do me a favor, and put my Facebook page on, my YouTube channel on there so people can look.
We went outside and we were losing connection. Then as soon as I got fence, it froze. So we came back and had to restart the phone. And so let's see. And David is hosting something on Saturday. Do you want to talk about it, Dave? In case anybody wants.
Clock going to about 1:32 in the morning on Saturday night. Say it last. And the food's second to
And you're David Omen.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we can put that on there.
Cool, I appreciate that. And it's a free channel. There you go. Wow, son of a bitch.
Is it showing up on yours now?
Yeah.
There we are. All right, so plug it again just in case we were having some technical difficulties. David's watching himself. Yeah, so if anybody wants to take the tour, David is doing a...
Ghost hunts and barbecue. I mean, it's like I said, it's more than a tour. We're having a seance. We have our psychic Lily, Caron Willis. We're going to be making barbecue chicken.
That's this Saturday, the 16th.
16th, that's right.
So they can contact you through Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so if anybody wants to come take the tour or participate in a seance here,
And
then
ghost hunt,
there you
like
go.
I said. And then like other places, we have 19 cameras throughout the house that are recording the video. So when something happens, you don't have to say, I didn't catch that. Did you? I didn't catch you. Worry about it. Got 6 cameras on this floor alone, which captures audio and video, light or dark. And the audio is incredible. You might say, I heard something. I heard somebody talk.
Now, when you say seance,
Yes.
do you guys have a method of getting things to happen, attracting, or do you, I mean...
There's no way to make things happen and command a spirit. They're not slaves, they're not indentured servants. They're not on my gosh darn, on my whistle saying, okay, when I whistle, you guys hit the gosh darn button and make stuff happen. The dynamics of the house are such that I don't have to. Because when you come in the house, or you come in the house, the different spirits that are around you hit this environment. They manifest and basically interact with us because the environment is conducive to allowing them to do so. Reggie, stop whining. Stop it. Pipe down and cut the crap. No, I say. Kiss my ass.
Come here. Come here, Reggie.
It's FOOD. He thinks it's like...
Yeah, come here. Come here.
You cannot, I swear, you cannot distract this dog.
Yeah, come on,
He's
John
a
would
rich
never be
bag.
distracted either.
Oh, yeah.
So the point is that the house has an ambient EMF level of around 5,000 milligauss positive. God help me, it's a 5,000 milligauss negative. Reggie, catch that, good boy. What's normal is between the range of 300 to 500 milligauss positive. So when you come in, the spirits that are around you, as I like to consider them, the cadre of spirits around you, hit this environment, it's like a day at the beach for them. And they're like, oh, look at this. I can move an object. I can knock things over. I can talk. You can hear me. I'm going to have a good time with it. And that's what we've had. I've never had a single experience here in my entire life that's felt threatening, where I felt in harm's way. I have had experiences that have blown my socks
Yeah,
off.
people were saying in here, have you had anything that made you think about moving? You were like, no, you haven't.
Moving? What the... I spent almost 4 years of my life with my dad and my mom building this house. They both passed away. It was my dream since I was a child with my father building houses, to build a house that I was able to have some partaking in the design and actually making the thing come to life. If ghosts are real, and I personally believe they are because I've seen an apparition of one of the victims of the murders from down the street, where the hell are you going to go? Where are you going to go? If a ghost is real, are you going to hide in a gosh darn lead case? I'm hiding in a lead box. I don't think ghosts can penetrate. So what are you freaking thinking? Your gosh darn worried about an x-ray? They're not x-rays. They're entities that can penetrate through any material and matter. Solid, water, liquid, solid, gaseous. They can go anywhere the hell they want. So if I'm going to go here, what do you think is going to be right behind me when I take 2 steps to the left? Oh, hello, spirit. Oh, shit. What are you waiting on? Wherever I go. Let me move to the top of the world. Right? I'm on top of Mount Everest. It's like, yeah, it's cold for you, isn't it? That's the problem with humans. You have flesh. I don't suffer from that. I'm a ghost. I'm energy. I can go wherever I want, and I don't really be bothered by deprivation of climate change.
I feel like I keep hearing whispering or like real quiet, like chattering. Do you hear that?
Might be a laptop.
Try it now.
No, but I think if it were the laptop, it would sound like my voice or his voice. But It sounds like a woman's voice.
Have to play
That's
that.
par for the course, baby. Welcome to my world. That's true. We've heard voices of females talking that would have no women in the house.
Okay, so when we were here a couple weeks ago, we
Yes.
were talking. In the
Somebody on the stream says they can hear it too.
Yeah, you're hearing her. She's here. She's with us.
You were talking about that wrench that you said had become magnetized
Right.
in the area.
Right.
I also remember, I don't know if you
The
caught it
crescent
on
wrench.
Right, I don't know if you caught it on the vlog, but you mentioned that stairwell that
Yes.
goes all the way down. Have you ever checked that to see how magnetized that thing is?
Super magnetized.
And is
Extremely.
it different poles on either end? Yeah, I like to wave that compass you have around the top and around the bottom and see what happens.
Absolutely good to do that. Let me see what pieces of equipment I happen to have here with us. Thermometer. I have this, which is a amplifier, and also this. This is just an amplifier which is used by phone technicians when they go to install wires. When the tech was here installing the cameras, he by accident pressed the button, and he goes, "That's impossible." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It should be quiet." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "This amplifier has the amplifier antenna has a range of around 10 inches, that's it." He goes, "This is picking up energy in this air, watch." Now watch, listen to how the sound starts to change when my hand is close. That's cutting off the energy. So that literally is about the distance it has. And literally look at the air. Watch what happens. You'll hear the change in the sound.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it is.
So there's energy in the air, literally we're walking around in. So that's what I'm talking about, 3,000 to 5,000 milligauss positive. That's the energy you're feeling. So the spirits around you are like going, bitchin' time now, I can hang out and do some damage if I felt like it. Again, that's not what their end game is. They're not going to hurt us. You think they travel across thousands of light years to come here and go, boo! What the hell? Are you that vain or that insane? They're here to communicate with us, or they're here to physically interact with that space that was once familiar with them when they were alive, which is why the term it's an old haunt. It's not talking about a ghost, it's an old haunt. It's a place that I used to hang out. So the thought is that I'd come up with is it's a place that these people enjoyed. You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
There's no reason we should hear sounds from there at all. There's nothing.
Yeah, where was that? Like the stairwell?
It sounded like it came from over here.
Yeah, I heard it. They're letting us know they're here with us. That's their way of like saying hi. Hello, we're here.
Should we roam the house a
Whoever
little
did
bit?
that, can you do that, make that noise again?
Or something. Can you let us know you're here some other way? Manifest. Do something interesting. Don't be shy. Come on, spirits. I'm gonna kill the
We're
lights.
friendly, we'd like to know that you're here.
Oh, my husband's a little.
Did you just turn the lights off in
Yeah,
there?
that was me. I won't do that to you, I promise. I won't say, hey, I just see that? Wow. Let's me dimming the lights in here. I just want to dim them a little.
Yeah.
Let's roam through the house. Dogs.
With that, for that thing that you had there, the
Yes.
phone, how far away from the house do you get before that rolls off?
Well, take a listen here. Dead quiet. Do you hear that?
Is it the lights? Have you tried turning the lights off?
Look at right here, right now. We got it. Want to see what's crazy? It gets near the metal, it goes silent. No effect. Here, turn it off.
Yep.
Let's try it again.
Yeah, nothing to do with the
That's what
lights.
These things tend to be noisy.
It
and
was.
That would have picked up by something like that.
Listen to that. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Wow.
And this is the only thing that's electrical is that, which is the that.
refrigerator. See, that's
But
what
there's
I'm
nothing
looking
here.
at. See what's.
This is all a cabin, empty
Cabin,
space,
yeah.
dead empty hollow space.
Huh.
Nothing in there that I, believe me. My father was not someone who would spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to put large steel plates in the walls, embed them in the walls and the framing, and then get a DC converter to then put energy into them, to magnetize them to such a level to create the energy that the environment has occurring presently. That's what Barry Taft said to me years ago. He says, the only way to create the environment that's here artificially would be to put in, what do you say, about 4 foot by 8 foot steel plates in all the walls, on both sides of the house, attached to a couple of DC converters or generators that would then put and create an electromagnetic field in the house that would be possible. Because otherwise you can't explain it. What are you people saying?
Oh, they just want us to go downstairs.
All right. Killjoys. Can I get that? You know, so I'll just tell you this. You guys are acting like little bitches. Worse than Lindsay frickin' Lohan. Yeah, I was here 7 years ago when the night she stole the necklace in Venice Beach. That night, my friend, who's a producer, brought her here to see my
Oh, somebody
house.
wants to know what the thing in your hand did again. It detects what kind of energy.
This is a progressive electronics inductive amplifier. So basically this thing, what they do is there's another component to this that they attach with a battery pack to wires on a wire run. So then he'll go to the other end where the wires are and attach this to the wire to find out which wire it is he's looking for and isolating it.
Somebody wants to know any tips to avoid ghosts.
Yeah, get a life. Can I avoid ghosts? No, you can't avoid ghosts.
I mean, can you send out an energy saying like, I don't want you around, or I just want to be left alone, or?
I'm having a visual connection to a spirit who's giving me a visual for Beetlejuice.
Jeez.
Good luck.
Yeah, that was a Michael Keaton.
There's nothing to be afraid of with ghosts. Seriously, they're everywhere, and you can't escape ghosts. It's so ridiculous. I'm talking about this like this, but we're all gonna die at some point. We're all gonna become a ghost, possibly. Very, very possibly you will, and that's that. You can't.
No, hey, you're gonna die too, Breck. Don't
We're all
laugh.
gonna die.
I'm not gonna die.
We're all gonna die at some point. Eventually we'll all die. Even if you live to be 150 years old, eventually your number comes up and you pass.
People want to know if the house is cold. I'm wearing a long sleeve
It's
Christmas
like 68
shirt, so
degrees. It's 68 degrees here. I'm not wearing a shirt underneath this. This is just a sweatshirt. You're wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah,
have you? Somebody wants to know if you've ever experienced like sleep paralysis or anything like that in
Not in
here.
this house. I had sleep paralysis once in my old apartment. And I thought it was like, okay, this is an interesting thing. My body's rigid. I can't move. I can't open my eyes. I can't speak. And I'm like seeing things flying across the ceiling as if it was a movie screen. Never did I once think it was normal. Never once. I knew it was completely a nervous situation where the nerves and the body were just locking up. And we're having a mental episode of almost like in between sleep, having a dream and having a nightmare in between being awake and asleep is what it felt like.
Yeah.
And I just said, all right, I'm just going to ride this out. There's nothing you can do. It kind of reminded me when I was a kid going to the ocean, you go swimming and you got in a riptide. It was like the more you struggle, the more energy you're expending and you're going to end up drowning. If you just relax and just allow your body to go limp, your body will naturally float to the surface. So that's how I treated it then. And that's
Do it.
the sleep paralysis. Here, we're going downstairs to the second floor.
No Jim Morrison spirits or anything in here. You've got the whole hallway. I would think.
I'd like to say that Jim's here, but whether he is or not, I cannot say. Here, I'll give you guys some light. Give him a little light.
I'm following the dog. He's first.
There's Jim. Jim in all his glory. Reggie, come on. Reggie, come on, chicken.
Reggie, I was there. Are you afraid to go in here? Are you giving us a sign?
No, but he will not go to. He will not. When we go downstairs, he will go straight to the top floor.
Really?
He will not go downstairs. He's Chicken Little. And here's obviously my daughter's collection. Hello, Fiona. Here's a picture of you. Fiona staring at us. Look at that.
You're not gonna come down here?
Fee, what are you doing? Fee, what's the matter with you?
Come here.
Fee, come on. She doesn't know.
There we go.
Well, this is the room that they were in when they were making all the racket before, right?
This is the room. She was in this room. Do you guys want to go back in here? Go back with the cats.
Stop whining.
Get in. Get in. Up. Reggie, up. Yeah. Fee. Come on, Fee. Come on. Fee. Fee, come on. Fee, come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
Fee, come on. Don't be chicken little. Get up there. Get up. Good girl. All right, lie down and chill. So this is that's the master bedroom. That's my other bedroom. These are my Doors collections. Well, my collection of Doors memorabilia.
Wow. Pretty rad. There's the Jack Johnson stuff.
Yeah, here's Jack. What's interesting is this runway, or this, I guess, grass is what it really is. It's going to the outside.
Where does this go
That
to?
goes
Like,
to the side of the house. The stairs.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah, okay.
But what's interesting is this room has notorious energy. I mean, here to give you an idea. And if you want, I can kill the lights, but sometimes people have walked down in both these ends of the hall and experienced physical discomfort of some sort. I don't want to go into what the details are, but let's just say an anomalous type of like experience where it's just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm rocking back and forth on a boat. And there's no difference in the level of the floor here. It's perfectly level. Yet it feels totally different. And there's just weirdness. And the same with that side. Sometimes it's that end, sometimes it's this end. It's just...
You feeling anything over there,
No,
Breck?
no, I don't feel it.
I didn't feel anything over here. When we went down to the third floor is where I was feeling it the most. That's great. You said they're making a biopic on him now, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, what's his face? Jesus.
Stallone?
Sylvester Stallone's doing a movie, a feature about him. He was in for Johnson.
What got you? This would have been your time, so you know,
Much
just
before my time. He died 20 some odd years before I was even born.
so yeah. People were asking about your collection. So
I
how
don't
did
know.
you?
I've just always been enamored with Jack. I've always found him a fascinating figure historically, an interesting personality, character. I can't really explain what the attraction is with me and Jack, but there must be some kind of an attraction.
Oh wow, we haven't been in here before.
Did you guys
Wow,
come in?
no!
I didn't take it.
Holy moly!
I told you I have a lot of collectibles.
Wow! Oh, you got to let me come back and vlog this room. This is insane. I would love to.
This is there's stuff on this side as well.
Oh yeah, I got to vlog this at some point. I don't want to show all this off, but wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, there's lots of Jack. I guess you could say I know Jack.
Wow, that's incredible, man. Wow, I'm impressed.
We'll save the bathroom and all the goodies in the bathroom for next time.
Yeah, I want to. Wow.
There's plenty more.
Wow, you must. Do you know? Does anybody have a bigger collection than you? I mean, you got to be part of a community, I would guess, of Jack fans. So.
Honestly, there are not that many collectors that put the collection out and display like I do.
Has this ever been in a museum of any kind?
No. I hope when I pass away that this turns into a museum because there's just too many pieces of memorabilia that.
Well, I was gonna say this is incredible that you have. I mean, you have so much stuff.
So much Jack. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. I got a lot of Jack shit.
Somebody wants to know if you have any Joe Louis.
No, unfortunately, I've had a Joe Louis autograph, but I don't have anything presently.
Wow, man, what a collection.
Yeah, like I said, there's tons of stuff in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right. I love the hat.
Yeah,
That's the kind of stuff that I dig.
Bowler, yeah. That's the same bullets photographed in the Monde Illustré. Yeah, that's the hat.
That hat is
That's
right
the
there.
hat. That's his hat.
That is wicked.
Yep. I like Jack.
Think of what he went through, man. Jeez, in such a racist time in our history, that would have been rough.
Jack had a hell of a time of it. As a matter of fact, I think this picture's got the same bull in it as well. Which would also be this picture as well, and that picture. Yeah, there are three pictures. That one, and then these two other ones of him, which are from the same exact time period with the same two gentlemen.
I don't know his story. Was he engaged to a white woman? I mean, is that what this
married
picture
three
is?
white women. Yeah, that's one of his white wives. As a matter of fact,
Wow, that's interesting.
this is the same.
That had to make it just 20 times even.
More problematic.
Wow.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, this is a photo. These are all 7, 8 photographs of him and his wife. And there's actually there's also this is his wife and that's his wife.
Do you ever think that maybe he's visited you?
I know for a fact that he's visited me.
Tell me, how do you know?
I had a night. I had some friends come over. There were 2 women that came down the staircase on their own, and they looked down the hallway. And literally, they got to the landing. They looked down the hallway and they described to me. They came upstairs and they said, "Who's the big black guy?" And I said, "What do you mean, who's the big black guy?" He says, "There's a big black guy that we can see from the landings. Come over here and take a look where they were." They were standing there at the landing, and they said there was a big black gentleman doing this, sticking his head out, saying, "Is it safe?" And then ducking back and saying, "Is it safe?" Ducking back. And they described it about 6 foot tall, a little bit taller.
Yeah.
And they said he's a big, muscular guy. He's looking down, he's looking back. I said, "Do you see this?" Because, "Well, I can sense his presence and I see it's a spirit. We're terrified of the spirit." So I said, "You didn't go into my office?" She goes, "No." So I took them down here and I showed them my office. She goes, "My God, that's him." And then I looked at the one woman, her hair was done up.
Now, question. Had they been?
No, this door was shut.
I would say
Well, the door's open.
they hadn't been able to see anything
No.
like, because you can see photos down here, but
Well,
but
go
not.
down the end of the hall and shoot the video and see what you think. How good is your eyes? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right to there. That's where they're standing. Now, how much can you see of what's behind my shoulder?
I can't.
Exactly.
All I can see is a glare off the glass. So yeah, you're
See
right.
this?
Yeah.
That's what they described. Taller, mind you, but that's what they described from there. They didn't. They got terrified. Went back and said, "Who's the big?" I said, "You didn't go to the no." So I bring him to the office. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "You have your hair done up just like one of his wives, where she had it pulled up and it was like in a bun, pulled up and it was like in a bun on top, and it was this 19th century, late 19th century, early 20th century hairstyle." And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "You know something? As a matter of fact, you look a lot like his wife." And there's a picture there of his wife, and I said, "There's the hairdo, and there's the wife, and you look just like it." And that's what he was asking for, is it's safe, because a week earlier, less than, Zach Baggins and the Ghost Adventures show had just shot 4 days of video footage here.
Oh.
And so he didn't know if it was who they were, so he said, "Is it safe?" And he's posted.
You think that's what? When you told that story, what I was thinking was he probably encountered something in his life where his wife had to scope out a situation where they could bring him in because he was of color. I was wondering if maybe that's what it was. He was saying, like, "Is it safe for me to come out?" Or, you know.
Jack never was afraid of going about his business in full public regalia. He was out. He put it this way: when he came back here, you'll take a look at this article from the newspaper from 1910 about Jack Johnson and his new $2,900 coronation outfit. He was a clothes horse. He drove fast cars. He dated white women. He didn't give a rat's ass if you liked him or you didn't.
Right, he was the Floyd Mayweather.
There's a famous story where he was driving through this town in his Stutz Bearcat, I think it was 1910 or 1911, and the cop pulls him over and says, "You know, you're speeding. It's a $50 fine." So Jack pulls out of his pocket a roll of hundreds and peels off 100 and gives it to the cop. And the cop says, "I don't have change for this." And he goes, Jack says, "Well, that's okay. I'm planning on coming back the same way I came." In other words, keep the change.
Yeah.
Give me another ticket when I come back in 10 minutes, in an hour, going back the same way, so I'm not sweating it. That's Jack. Jack couldn't give a rat's ass.
How did he
about it.
pass? Just out of curiosity, what was his? Was there an interesting
1946.
story at the end, or?
Yeah, it's a tragic story. He was in North Carolina with a boxer. There's a photograph in the bathroom I've got of him in the casket. And the story goes that he went to a North Carolina restaurant, a diner. They said, "We don't serve your kind. You'll have to eat in the back." So they made him and his protege, this young boxer, whose name I forget, and they made him eat at the back of the restaurant on the back porch. And then Jack was so pissed off, he got in his car and they drove off going up to New York, and he ran into he lost control of the car and drove into a tree and was pretty much killed pretty instantly because they didn't have a collapsible steering wheel. They crushed the bones and parts of his body, and the kid flew out of the car and survived and went on to Fox in New York. So
Wow.
it's just real sad.
Where's he buried at? Do you know?
He's buried in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I forgot the name of the cemetery, but
Something while I'm standing in this hallway is like making my rib cage, like my chest,
You're
feel
yeah.
like
Yeah.
somebody's squeezing my lungs or something a little bit.
Yeah, you're right on the same spot. Other people have described the exact same sensation. Somebody's got.
Breck, come out here and stand in the hallway.
Yeah,
See if you feel anything, because
yeah, it's there. There's something there. There's some energy that's right there.
I'm pretty much right there, but just hang out there for a while.
You can walk around.
I just
It'll say you're
kept feeling like this, like almost like a closing in.
When I was standing in here, I was hearing a little kind of a squeaking sound. I heard it 5 or 6 times, and I didn't know what that was.
Is it the dogs possibly? Take a listen.
I
can
don't
hear them
think
whimpering.
so, because it sounded like it was coming from in there.
Yeah, then you're hearing them. They're pretty much
People online that are watching are saying just watching this hallway is like making them nauseous and uncomfortable, and we have about 200.
out.
Yeah,
Jeff Kidd is like, nope, thanks, I'm out of here. Fuck that shit. No thanks. What is he? All mementos? What belong to some? Well, the mementos. These aren't mementos, guys. These are actual posters from the actual concert.
They used to do painting, or they used to paint most of those, didn't they?
Well, they're all lithographs, all these, but these are all posters from the back in the day. I don't necessarily think there's a I don't personally believe that an inanimate object connects to a spirit, and the spirit's like, I'm going to haunt this for the rest of my life. If that was the case, the spirit would be split into 1 billion pieces. How many pieces of memorabilia and articles of clothing did one person have in their lifetime? All those pieces are going to be haunted and possessed. It doesn't work like that. I just don't think that valid. I mean, when you start to rationally start to
Well, and a lot of people didn't have an attachment to that stuff. Like Jimi Hendrix, they said like every time he'd move, he would just literally throw all of his belongings away and start from scratch wherever he went. Like that's why they said like the only clothes and stuff that are really survived are things that either girlfriends or friends had, or his dad or somebody where he left, because they said he just didn't care about stuff. He just trashed. Yeah, just didn't moved on. You know.
It's amazing.
I know people like that, so I get it. But yeah, that's weird that there's nothing to cling to. Yeah.
I signed an autograph. That means it's possessed?
Well, you never know. Yeah.
I certainly
maybe that
hope
was the
not.
one.
A lot of things I'd be having to be going off to saying, "Oh, am I here? I'm here." So let's go down to the 3rd level, to the earthen wall room, the guest bedroom, and to the theater room. Let me kill the light here on this.
It's a great picture.
Because the halide lights.
David, somebody wants to know if you accept donations or have a Patreon.
What's a Patreon?
I'm guessing that's a no. The best way to support David is to come out here and participate in the barbecue and stuff probably right now. David, documentary.
I want to take Zach Baggins and put him a peg down with this Demon House crap. He bought the house.
Call him out. Yeah.
He bought the house. He did the investigation and did a lousy job of it, and then he tears it down so no one can come.
So he bought let people know if they don't know who he is.
Right.
He bought a haunted house, or supposedly a haunted house in Indiana. Did a whole investigation and then tore the house down afterward.
What the hell is that all about?
I would think he would have some bad mojo in his future.
He was here. Remember, he was here 5 years ago or 6 years ago to shoot the episode of Ghost Adventures. He lasted 3 hours. All the BS on that time code on that show is bunk and bullshit. They were out of here at 1 a.m. and walked out saying, "Oh, we've got enough." I said, "We got enough evidence. No, we've got plenty. That's enough. We're done.
Do you think they just wanted what would be enough for a show, or do you think they
They
actually
got scared the fuck out.
Oh, but do you think they
terrified.
actually wanted evidence, or
That was the
That was
dog.
the dog.
okay?
Sorry about that, guys.
No, that's all right. Fun.
Well, one will go down with us, and then it'll pee on the floor, and I don't want her to do
Oh, gotcha.
That's the
Yeah.
problem with that.
Yeah.
And he'll go upstairs. It's worth the visual to watch us go down once he goes up, because he is never, ever at 9 o'clock. And they were here for 4 days. The first day they did interviews with me. The second day they did interviews with my friends. The third day they did B-roll and the reenactment of the pregnant girl walking down the driveway covered in blood. That was shot about 11:30 at night, and I took a bunch of pictures. And there's a weird photograph where there's a big ball of light pouring out of her stomach, and there's no lights behind her. She was illuminated from the front, and there's nothing that reflected on her stomach. And I kept on getting chills saying, "Oh God," and hearing like, we're gonna just screw them over like nobody's business. And I'm like, "Who's this?" And goes, "It's you guys. Oh, you're really upset at this reenactment, huh?" And the second they started doing their investigation, stuff started happening here. The figurine gets knocked over upstairs, and Zach has a nervous breakdown. 10 seconds after it happens, Billy ties on a walkie-talkie saying, guys, did you see that? Did you see that?" He goes, "See what?" He goes, "The figurine." Did the rim pod go off? He says, "It's a meltdown." It's like, man, I've had that thing knocked down in front of me a dozen times in a year, if not more. And it's like, okay, so they knocked the figurine. It's like, oh, wow.
So, out of all the ghost shows that you've had in here, have you had any that you think are like
No.
BS, fake, or are they all?
For what they think is going to happen. You think that's going to affect the spirits? The spirits like, let me quote.
Well, the reason I ask is like Anthony Bourdain was saying how he went to do like an episode in Sicily where he's supposed to be hunting like octopus or whatever. And he goes, they get him down under the water, and then all of a sudden he starts seeing like these frozen ones, falling down in. It's because the people up on the boat knew there were going to be in there, and they were throwing him in, trying to fool him, and he's just like sick to his stomach. He's like, they wanted something to happen that didn't happen, and they were trying to fake the outcome. I was curious if you ever get that where people are trying to.
They don't believe it's happening when it happens, and when it happens, it was overwhelming to them. And with Zach, Zach ran out of the house at about 11:30 and fell down in front of the house without any cameras. And I'm like, "Are you okay?" And
There's a weird white ray that's going across you on my camera no matter where I move, and it's the light. It's weird.
Is that better?
I was thinking it was the light, but every time I move, I'm not seeing it. Well, even when he was stepping in front of it, it was still there. There now,
I mean, I wanted
Weird,
to invite
weird.
Anthony Bourdain here before he passed away. I thought it would be a great episode because the stuff here is so unique. And
Yeah, you
so-
said you invited him,
I
right?
invited him, like, "Dude, we're hearing sounds down on the 3rd level here." And so Billy gives me the earpiece to listen to. I'm listening on the headphone. I'm going, "What the hell's that?" And I hear rough. And I said, "What the hell?" I said, I said, "All right, cut the crap. Who's down to the 3rd level?" And I said, "Playing the games." He goes, "David," goes, "Look in front of you." And there's the whole crew. And I'm going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said, "Wait a second. You telling me that this was live right now?" He goes, "Yeah."
Oh, let's move it. They're saying the video's kind of freezing right
All right,
there.
let's go downstairs.
Maybe it's just
so
bad
he ended
energy or
up-
something there.
He ended up having footsteps and sounds down here that he couldn't explain. And it was like, "Oh no." He goes, "Yeah, that's strange shit, man. We can't figure that out." And it is ice cold down here, by the way. It is really cold.
We've come for your daughter, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck, come for your daughter.
Am I qualified? Oh, let me guess. Let me see. I'll have something. I went through the plague thing. I've seen The Exorcist around 250 times, and it just keeps getting funnier and funnier.
Oh, they're saying it's even worse down here. Oh well, I can't do anything about that.
Maybe it's worse down here.
Action on the phone.
No way. Check
That's
your
right.
thing out. You should be getting a good signal
They're
right now.
saying they're messing with your camera is what they're saying.
Well, that might be. Oh, here's the compass. How are we looking now, guys?
Just keep saying signal. Could be Samsung.
Do you want to go
Yeah,
upstairs?
maybe Wi-Fi down here.
Yeah, you should be.
Should be, but they're saying See?
That's the remote. That's the relay right here. It's like this.
Oh, well.
Oh, my shoulder's still hurting from that.
Breck, what are you feeling? People want to know what you
It's a little colder down.
Oh, it's
It's
freezing.
probably just because you're up against a rock.
It's also because it's not heated. It's 57 degrees down here.
Yeah.
But we'll spend as short a period of time down here as possible because it is ice fucking cold.
But in case of, in terms of like ghosts and things like that, I haven't felt anything.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go into the earth and wall.
Go ahead, Breck. Go first.
Yeah, I wasn't here before.
Woo. Oh yeah, it's hot night. Oh yeah, we got a night. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Now, don't worry about
Thank you,
that.
AH. It's very nice of you.
Just a little like anything.
See, I'm feeling it again. As soon as I got in here, I'm not even hardly a step in.
And you can feel
And,
it.
yeah, I just
Your
have
head.
this. You know what it feels like? It feels like when you have like the flu and you're dizzy all the time during the flu. That's what I feel as soon as I walk in here.
Oh, look at this. That's the earth mound. There's energy in the earth. That's touching the earth, the soil. When I pull it away, it has no signal. When I pull
Yeah.
it right into there, there's energy.
I'm
coming
telling.
through the
Yeah,
ground.
I always feel something down here every time.
Look at this. This is crazy.
So what's up with this? What's up with the feathers and the cigarettes and stuff? There has to be a story to that.
Yeah, well, originally, the earth had come down to right about here, and I opened this up a few years ago after the Ghost Adventures show.
I will, Leonard.
Originally, this was right here. There was a little altar here. This was put here because of what Lisa Williams had said to me a number of years earlier. Was it about 2007? Lisa Williams came here after the Ghost Hunters show. And when she came into this room, she stood right there and she goes, "Oh, do you know there's a Native American and who was on horseback whose remains are interred in this?"
That's what somebody wanted me to ask you
And I
about.
said, "I know, that's why I'm telling the story." So she goes, "Oh my God," she goes, "He was riding his horse on what is now the driveway, and it was a horse path that led to the end of the street, which was a big plateau that looked down upon the canyon." I said,
Had to be Valentino.
"What do you mean?"
Well, Valentino lived up on the Falcon Lair and had his
Native
horse.
American.
Oh,
This goes
maybe
back
even
a
before,
few-
yeah.
Well, many years before. So I'm like, Native Americans here? I said, "What are you talking about?" It's like, so she said that his horse lost its footing on the horse path. It fell down with the rider on top and stopped when it ran into a tree. Well, there was a tree that was here once before we built the house, and we actually cut down the tree to build the house. So that possibly might be the tree she was referring to. And she goes that through the years, his remains and the horse's remains were covered through acts of the mudslides and the different, geological coverage. Different things had occurred to cover his body, and the remains were left here on the earth. I told this to Zach Baggins, the first person I'd actually openly had gone out of the way to explain.
I just heard that squeak. Did you hear that
I
squeak?
don't know what the hell that was.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did too. It almost sounds like you have a smoke detector that's got a dead battery.
Possibly that might be what it is.
But it would keep going.
No, it'll happen every couple minutes if it's a smoke detector.
Right, that might be what that is. So, as I said, okay, so I told Zach, but before that, I kept my lips shut and I let psychics come in here. James Brown.
Breck, you seriously don't feel anything in here? I'm telling you, I feel.
No,
I
Some
feel like.
people don't feel it. Some people do. More sensitive.
Yeah, I have just this
I felt
weird,
when I walked
like,
in, pressure.
almost
Not-
nauseous, but mostly just like almost like woozy, like dehydrated,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
woozy,
none of
when you have like the flu kind of thing.
None of that.
It's possible. So James Von Prague, Lisa Williams, after Lisa Williams, James Von Prague, Chris Fleming, Jackie Baird all came in here, and I didn't say a word. And they go, "Do you know there's a Native American on horseback, and his remains are interred in this manner?" I'm like going,
Is that why you have this here and you haven't done
this is
anything
put
with
here.
this?
"No, I left this here. Originally was right here."
Well, no, I mean, but like there's like a whole chunk of ground right here with stuff around it, above it, on the sides.
Right.
I never really thought to ask you the other day why you left that. That's what that's.
So that's what that's there for. I mean, I could have if I wanted to excavate this out and put some wood in here and make a floor, but I don't really see the point and necessity to do so. I've got plenty of space inside the house. I don't need more storage space. And honestly, this is a working television, and there's a hammock. So I mean, I literally come in here and watch television when I want to, just to chill out.
Wow.
But sometimes, like you said, the energy is just really intense, and that's the key to it. It's not constantly here.
Have you ever
It
seen the Native
fluctuates.
American yourself? You've never seen the horse or anything?
No.
Wow.
And I've yet to find any bones. And when we excavated this, there were no bones in the hillside that he found when we dug it out. So.
How long ago did you guys do that?
This was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when we dug this out.
Wow.
4 years ago, yeah. By the way, how's the signal?
Seems nobody's complaining in here, so.
I'm getting the signal from right above us, because right above this is the office.
See,
and
you
the
got a
office is
camera
where
up
the
here
main
too.
Unit is.
See, I was telling Breck last time we were here, I don't normally feel a lot of like ghost energy or anything, but why I believe that you completely are for real is because I told Breck, look how many cameras. He has cameras in every room pointed everywhere. Nobody does that if they haven't experienced a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, that to me, it was just like,
All right,
yeah.
we'll go upstairs. I'll show you the video of this bottle of wine coming out on its own.
Okay, let's go watch it. We'll turn the camera on it.
Yeah, well, let's go in the guest bedroom and see what's going on in the guest bedroom, because I have a feeling you'll be really like, oh shit, this is more.
Whoops.
And you might feel something there as well. What are people saying now?
Someone says I've seen the videos. They're awesome.
Thank you. Oh. I'll turn this right now. Oh, is it cold? You have to excuse this. I had to take this in from the rains outside, but boy, is it cold. Is it cold to you?
Yeah.
It's a little chillier than in that room, like a long shot. This is the famous keyboard that
I was feeling weird in this room last time too, and I'm feeling the same way.
Yeah.
Actually, more so this time than last time.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling the same way in this room that I did in the last room that we were in.
Yeah, it's intense. I can feel it. This is the keyboard that plays on its own. No, I did not buy it for a fetish. I actually, this was a remnant left over from the DVD Blu-ray release party for Poltergeist. And this room was transformed into that little girl's bedroom in the movie, to the point where everything in here was either in the closet, the bathroom, or on the balcony, all this furnishings. And they changed this into a little girl's room where they put in this, 8 foot by 12 foot little girl's like rug. They put a little girl's one single bed here. They put a hamper in little girl's clothes. Had a a little tea set here on a table, and a huge, I'll never forget, they had a huge stuffed teddy bear here, and they had this keyboard. Well, during the event, the keyboard played on its own. It also would play a single note on its own by itself with no one touching it, and freaked the shit out of the people that were
I just keep feeling so dizzy in this room. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how. I mean, it feels like when I have the flu, and you wake up with the flu again. I just feel so out of it. It's weird.
Just flip the switch.
See, it goes way down.
Right, but watch this. No, keep it off and watch this.
What about when you get it near the key?
Listen to that. This is not plugged into anything. And as you get towards the outside, right here it's dead, and then here it gets really hot. That's inexplicable. There's nothing here. This is a window. That's glass. That's glass. That's energy in it.
Yeah. Breck, what are you finding with the compass?
Is it spinning? Does it find true north? True north actually sits at about 11 o'clock to get you a normal reading. So if this thing, but this thing is also steel, so it could also be electric.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, because you're saying that the wrench picked up because it was steel. So I wanted to see if this was doing it.
Does it affect? It doesn't look like it's having any effect.
Not a whole lot.
But then
Now these nuts on.
right? Really? Yeah.
Well, that's more metal.
Well, this is steel. This is whatchamacallit, tube steel.
Mm-hmm.
Because you couldn't make this out of aluminum; it wouldn't stand up to the stresses.
David, people want to know if you live here by yourself. And
was they looking to fucking hook up with me or something?
well, it's very possible, but they might want to know. They might want to know if you notice anything when there's like anyone in the house with you more so.
I've had friends that have stayed over and had strange shit happen in this room. In particular, I had my key grip of my movie was dragged up towards the corner of the ceiling.
If anybody's looking to hook up with David, he's on Facebook. You know.
Thanks a lot.
He loves cats and dogs.
Russian hookers all out of their minds on me.
I don't know what my Russian hooker
I don't know.
my following is for that. I couldn't attest to that one.
I live in the United States now. I'm not looking for any Russian blood. Das vidanya, baby. Not yet. Yeah, no thank you. No, I've had many people stay in this room and have strange experiences. The key grip. Charles Gold was pulled up towards the corner of the ceiling, but I had spirit.
Didn't you say this used to be an Airbnb? Did anybody?
Next door was the Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
People go, you said this was an Airbnb for ghosts? I can just hear it now, saying, why didn't I get to come there for the Airbnb? No, next door was...
Maybe advertise it that way.
Yeah, right.
I got enough.
Okay, so somebody just asked an interesting question. They said, do you think that it's possible for people to feel what's in this room through watching it on YouTube? Because there are people, as we walk through the rooms, they're saying they can feel things... And other people are saying, no, you're crazy. You can't feel anything through watching it on YouTube.
First of all, to make statements like that people are crazy is something you gotta leave it to the experts. I'm an expert. I can call people crazy. You can't. No.
There you go. There you go.
No, what I'm saying here is
the expert has spoken.
There's no such thing as an expert in the paranormal field. Let's be honest here. If you claim to be an expert in the paranormal field, you're a horse's ass. I'll just say it right there. There's no such thing as an expert because it's all in your mind, meaning it's not created in your mind, figment of your imagination. I mean, it's all theoretical.
You see, there's that beep again.
Oh, somebody wants to know if you do sleepovers here. It's okay. It's my friend Leonard. It's okay. It's my friend Leonard. He's like 6'9". He's no problem.
That's not what I'm saying. It's like, is this a chick ass and she wants to find out if I sleep with chicks? Yes, I sleep with chicks. But am I going to have you spend the night, honey? Come on. You know. I don't really do sleepovers. There's just a thing with my insurance, and if something happens, I don't want to find a dead body in my house. And well, I decide I want to.
If I get Leonard to sign a waiver saying he won't die in your house, is there any chance
that waiver? So you say you won't die? The Grim Reaper says, "Fuck that shit. I'll fucking kill
Leonard, unless you can promise anything, I don't know, Leonard. We'll have to. I'll see what I can do."
Me smoke a beast bike like New American.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that for the Native American? Yeah, what is that sound?
Something outside.
I don't hear it outside. I hear it inside.
Bullshit.
Nope, that's inside.
Holy fuck, what the hell
Nope,
is
that's
that?
in here. Yeah, what was that?
It's just us. We're the ones in this house and
I still hear it.
Yeah.
it's just straight out of the fucking blue.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's in the walls.
Is there something upstairs that might be running?
I don't know. I'd have to go up there and look. I don't think anything's running. And I keep now hear a freaking sound over on this side.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it from like over here.
You know, it just stopped.
It's back on?
It must be an electric, must be an appliance or something.
Yeah, there's something upstairs
in that
running.
room. Yeah, that's an
But
electrical
we're all down
appliance.
here. I mean,
That must be an electrical appliance. Must be the cat box or something. What were we saying? What were we talking about? Yeah, it's got to be the cat box. That's all that is.
Does it beep when it goes?
It should stop. That's the gosh darn fire smoke alarm.
let's go upstairs and see if we feel anything upstairs.
That's got to be this.
Somebody wants to know if your jersey's for sale. Who is that? Is that
Jonathan Franklin.
Oh.
This is all personally signed by Jonathan when he was at UCLA. The football, the football is signed, the jersey signed, the mini helmet, and the football, all signed by Jonathan, and the full size helmet. You know what was funny? When I had Jonathan sign this after practice, he goes, "I like this." I said, "Jonathan, you really like it?" He said, "Look, next time I come, I'll bring it. I'll get you one for yourself." So I ended up giving him one. He was like so ecstatic.
Oh, that's awesome.
He'd think, "Where'd you get this?" I said, "I don't know. I'll take care of it. I'll get you one. You deserve it."
2013.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a good kid too. It's unfortunate what happened to his NFL career. He got cut way short from an injury, a career-ending injury. There.
Let's go see what that is.
That's the cat
'Cause-
box.
You sure?
Yes, I just realized it's the cat box. It's nothing we have to worry about. I'm just curious why the hell it's not cycling and finishing itself. Now this room is ice cold.
Yeah.
That's even colder than it was in the other room. That's strange because we started out in this
Bill
room.
Walton.
See,
That's a
when we
good
went
one.
into that room, I didn't see that room as being significantly colder than this one.
I felt it though, but
You know,
I guess
maybe a
it's
degree,
changed.
but not. So I don't really feel anything coming back either.
Which one?
I
two
don't
rooms.
feel a significant difference between the temperature because he said when we went in there that he thought it got a lot colder in there, and it's like I didn't kind of feel that.
I didn't feel necessarily a cold difference. I just felt like an energy, like something. Just
Intense
something.
energy.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, there's something strange about being down here.
There's definitely a change in the energy here in this room. Yeah, that's an old autograph by Bill Spalding, one of the early UCLA head football coaches. And I think it's 1930s. I forgot what year that's from, like 1930. And that's Spalding in the middle.
Wow. Heck of a collection.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. That Walnut. I'm not a big fan of Bill Walnut. I'm
No?
not. I can't stand him.
Oh, that's too bad. I love
He's
him.
got diarrhea of the mouth.
Well, that's pretty much all former athletes.
Yeah, but he's a terrible color commentator when it comes to the basketball games.
Yeah, that thing's definitely magnetized.
Yeah, it's crazy. It shouldn't be. It's
Which one?
completely
This
The whole
Well,
thing.
I'm checking this one.
Watch this. Listen to that. Yeah, there's energy in this thing, and you can listen to that. And it shouldn't be. It's not like we sat there with a bunch of magnets and go, okay, 1,000 times up and down each section of the staircase. It's impossible. I didn't do that. I wouldn't do that. By the way, the sound that you hear here, I want to explain to people when they